Welcome back to Under the Lights. This is episode 6, week 7, and we are here to thank SeatGeek for sponsoring this video. And we are here to get right to it with our picks, starting with the Bengals and the Falcons. I picked the Falcons, or the Bengals this week, my bad. Starting off hot. I picked the Bengals this week. I think they're going to have a bounce-back game. The Falcons, they finally found Kyle Pitts this week for the first time.
They did.
And I had Drake London for fantasy, and his production has dropped every game. He was doing so good, and now he's not doing good.
Nope.
So I'm not happy about that.
Right. I picked the Bengals as well, of course. So, they're just better than the Falcons. They've been playing better. The Falcons kind of streaky. I mean, they can play well one week and then not play well another week, or they're in games but not really playing good enough to win.
Yeah.
Bengals for sure should win that one. I wouldn't be surprised if Jamar Chase goes off again in this one. So, Bengals for sure.
All right, and the Lions and the Cowboys is the next game here, and I picked the Lions, as I usually probably will do. I kind of like the Lions.
Kind of.
I like their offense. They have a good offense.
Yeah.
But they do play the Cowboys, and the Cowboys have a really good defense this week.
Yeah,
I actually had a tough time with this one, actually, but I was just going to stick with the Lions anyway.
Yeah, I picked the Cowboys in this one, like the majority. I went with the majority. Dak's coming back, so you think hopefully he goes in, but wouldn't that be crazy, though, man, if Dak just sucks and he go back to Cooper?
Cooper Kush?
It's Cooper Kush, man. But Cowboys should win this one. Yeah. So next one, we got the Titans and the Colts. I'm sticking with the Titans. They've been on a good little run. Derrick Henry has been going off. He's been killing it. Colts, again, another one of those streaky teams like the Falcons. Especially with it being home for the Titans, I don't see another reason why they wouldn't win.
Those are my same exact reasons as well. Colts, they're kind of like the Falcons. Like, they play well enough to kind of keep them in, but not well enough to win games.
Right.
I still think if they played the Chiefs again, it'd be a lot different game.
Well, yeah, definitely. I feel like the Chiefs definitely have found something after that game too, for sure. But yeah, there's no way. It'd have to be one of those crazy things again, like where the Colts just play out of their minds, and then okay, all right, they win. But no, there's no way. It's just they can't stop Derrick Henry. Next one is the Packers and Commanders. Even though the Packers haven't been playing well, they're young, wide receiving cores and doing great. But the Commanders are not good.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that. I picked the Packers as well. Aaron Rodgers hasn't been playing well either.
No, he hasn't.
So that actually might be a closer game than we think.
Maybe, yeah.
But we just have to see what he's been really good one week, really bad another week. So I think we just need to see, which Aaron Rodgers are we going to choose this week. Hopefully it's a good one.
Yeah. Well, and there's no Carson Wentz. He's out, so it's going to be Taylor Heineke.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so, they could get a spark. I always thought he was a good quarterback for them. But when you're paying Carson Wentz that money, you obviously have to play him. But, yeah, Green Bay should, like I said, they should win this game. But Rodgers is definitely struggling. Their whole offense is struggling. Like, Aaron Jones is not playing well, so it could come down to them losing their head coach again, or them firing a offensive coordinator, because Rodgers isn't going anywhere after signing that deal that he did.
I was just gonna say maybe he just needs a fresh start.
Maybe he does, but
maybe just needs Devontae.
Maybe it needs Devontae. Just go to the Raiders.
they just swap QBs.
Right.
All right, next game, Bucks, Panthers. This is one of my underdog picks of the week, even though I always pick against the Bucks. I picked the Panthers.
Really?
My reason? Don't got one.
Don't got one.
They suck.
Don't like Tom Brady, so I'm taking the L on it no matter what.
But I just want them to win to beat Tom Brady. Right. So that's a good enough reason for me.
It's like you said, dude. Like you're gonna pick, against Tom Brady every time, no matter who it is.
It could be the 0-16 Lions, and I would still pick them.
Still root for them and hope that they beat
at
Tom
week
Brady.
17.
Yeah. Yeah, him yelling at his offensive line like that. I mean, I get it's Tom Brady. Nobody's going to yell back at him.
Have that.
Yeah, but it's like you don't yell at your teammates. I mean, I get it's Tom Brady, whatever, but it's like, come on, dude. Like,
not everybody likes to be yelled at either.
No, that's true. A lot of people don't, react well to that. I definitely don't, really like good being, yelled at, especially if I'm, it's.
I don't either.
My quarterback, like, you're the one. You try going up there and trying to, wrestle 300+ pound, dudes trying to kill you.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like I'm trying my best to keep you from getting hit, But hey, these guys are strong and huge. So,
yeah.
There's no way. But I picked the Buccaneers.
Tom Brady's old and dusty.
He is. He's old and dusty. He's not playing like Tom Brady. So I even though
he's not playing. He's another quarterback that's not playing very well.
Yeah, I'm picking the Bucks because they should win. Panthers aren't good. Baker's hurt. They just traded Robbie Anderson, so they don't really have.
Yeah, they don't have anything
besides McCaffrey, and he's probably going to get traded probably here soon too.
I just hope.
Yeah.
That's my answer.
Right, but I'm picking the Buccaneers just because I want the points. Even though I hate Tom Brady too, I want the points.
Yeah, no kidding. Jaguars and the Giants. I picked the Jaguars as my other upset pick. I know.
Picking some upsets.
Well, I actually think they can actually beat them. They're not playing terrible this year, but they're not playing great this year. The Giants, on the other hand, have been playing good.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think for some weird reason this week I just think they're just gonna struggle against the Jaguars because it's gonna be like, oh, we're gonna beat them, we can kill them, and I just think the Jaguars are gonna come out with a different outcome.
Okay. So you think basically the Giants are coming out thinking like just overthink it, kind of like, oh, they're nothing, like underestimate them basically. Well, I'm disagreeing with you. I'm picking the blue, picking the Giants.
I mean, I don't blame you though.
Yeah, they are playing well. And their defense is definitely carrying them.
Saquon is still playing good too.
Saquon's carrying their offense for sure. And that's why I think they're going to win. I don't think the Jaguars are going to be able to stop Saquon. I think the defense will stop the Jaguars. I don't really have a lot to say really about that game just because I don't know, man. Like to me, it's the Giants are still the Giants to me until they really actually start making some noise. I'm still really not going to think really highly of them. Same with the Jaguars. So it's just like to me, I find this as a game I'm not really going to want to like pay attention to. Maybe just based off fantasy wise, I will. But other than that, I really don't care who wins. But out of the two, I think the Giants should come out of it. Based off just paper, who they have on their team.
Yeah, for sure.
But next game is the Browns and Ravens. Good old AFC North rivalry. Somewhat.
A little tough matchup for me to pick. I picked the Ravens for this one, though. I think it's going to be a hard. AFC North always plays each other tough, no matter who. I think the Ravens are. I don't know if you've seen it, but I think they're like the first team in like NFL history to be up all 6 games and then be 3-3, and then also to be the first team in like in NFL history to have like to lose 2 games, but you're winning like 99% of like the game.
Wow.
or something like that. It was like the time of possession or something like that, or I forgot what it was.
Jeez, I don't know if I should be like impressed or, yeah, like wow.
I forgot what it was, but it was some crazy,
Yeah.
They
have gotten up to some big leads.
last second record. It was like
Right.
some last second thing that a record you don't want to have.
No, you don't. They have gotten up some big leads and then lost them, which is it's not good. I picked the Ravens too, just based off their other ground game. Them picking up Kenyon Drake, that obviously helped them last week, and I think that should help them this week against the Browns. It's definitely, I think, going to be a running type of game because the Browns, obviously, with Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, and then the Ravens, Ravens obviously with Lamar Jackson, J.K. Dobbins, Kenyon Drake. So there's gonna be a lot of running. I could see this game being one of the first ones to finish just because of how much. I think there's gonna be a lot of run plays for sure.
You can go 50-50 in this game.
Yeah. It's it's gonna come down to defense.
It's gonna be a fast game.
Yeah, it is, and but Ravens should come away with this win for sure. That'd be cool though if the Browns won. Came and won, but percentage wise, it should be the Ravens.
Yeah. All right, Jets and Denver. I don't trust Russell Wilson anymore in Denver, at least in Denver.
Yeah.
I picked the Jets this week. They've actually been playing pretty hot too.
Yeah.
I think they're 4-2 this year.
Mm-hmm. Making some noise in the AFC East.
Denver, man, they should be a lot better than what on paper than what they are.
For real.
I think they're giving up only 16 points per game, and they're only scoring 16 points per game. Terrible.
Something's definitely going on for sure. Because I picked the Jets as well, just because how good they're playing. Like their young players are playing really well.
Yeah, they're all clicking.
Like Sauce Gardner, man, he's legit. He's good.
He is legit.
And then every time they lose, there's a new excuse for Russell Wilson. Oh, last week he has a lat injury. Now he has a hamstring injury. And it's just like it's always something else. And then also now with Melvin Gordon, they benched him at the end of the game, and then now they're like, okay, now we're gonna start him because all this stuff came out now. It's just like a lot of not good things are happening in Denver. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a firing, head coach firing, because I don't think Nathaniel Hackett is hacking it. But yeah, Jets will win. I think their defense should carry that one. I would not be surprised if they win. Next game though is the Raiders and the Texans. I picked the Raiders, even though the Texans have kind of been another one of those sneaky teams.
Like the Falcons.
Kind of like the Falcons and the Colts. Like they're good one week, they can be good a game, and then just terrible for a couple of weeks, or kind of hang in there. But the Raiders, especially being home, and the offense that they have, even though I heard Darren Waller will most likely be out, so that will probably be a little bit of a hit for them. But I think Raiders are too much for the Texans.
Yeah, I'm putting my faith in the Raiders as well. I know we've both picked the Raiders, and every time they've lost.
Right.
And every time we don't pick them, they win.
It's just one of those things. It's like I pick them, and then they lose. I don't pick them, and then they win.
Yeah, but hopefully they win this week, because that's who I'm picking too. I think, like you said, the Texans is one of those teams they're not terrible, but they're not, they play well enough to, be close and lose.
Yeah.
And I was actually just talking to this today about a coworker. I was telling him, I truly don't really think, there's a terrible football team this year.
No.
I would say the worst team is, a below-average team.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I get that a lot of teams are 3 and, close records, but that just means a lot of good football is being played.
And that's a good thing.
And that is a good thing.
You want more close games. You want exciting
close
games.
Yes,
yeah.
That's what I was telling him, and he actually agreed with me. He's like, I can agree with that now. But yeah, next game is the Chargers and the Seahawks.
My Hawks.
I was actually going to choose the Seahawks for this one for a second. I clicked on them first. But then I chose the Chargers.
That's messed up.
I know. I'm sorry. Gino probably going to be Gino this game. I'm just going to predict it right here. You know my predictions.
Chargers are kind of not playing really
I know.
well. I got to pick
But they might. I think Keenan Allen might be back this week.
He is. I heard he is coming back.
So that might help him.
It will. Yeah, because having only Mike Williams.
Both up. Let's ride.
Just switch it up.
Did you ever see that video?
Oh, yeah, with Keenan Allen. Yeah, that's
funny.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
His is fun. I like his is funny.
Yeah, Russell Wilson's just awkward and weird.
Awkward and weird.
Yeah. I picked the Seahawks just because it's my Seahawks. And I liked their win over the Cardinals last week. I thought that was a good win.
Their offense is pretty good.
So I think that was honestly. I think Russell was actually holding the Seahawks back. Now that you can see it, like watching them at Denver, you can kind of still see that he's doing the same thing to Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
He was like he tried to extend the play, doing his running that he was so good at, but then he wouldn't let go of the ball and throw it away when it was that time to take the sack every time.
Yeah,
and you can see Gino's not doing that. Gino's firing the ball, and I'm liking it, even though, like you said, Gino can still sometimes be Gino.
But he's been playing more not.
He has.
So
and I like our offensive coordinator. Our defense is looking really good as well. They're young. They're going to learn. So like I said, I think a couple episodes ago, this team is going to come back soon. They're going to be good.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And I just think with the way the Chargers have been playing, I think the Seahawks just have maybe found something. And maybe I'm just being a little biased, but I don't care. I'm doing it anyways. Fight me. Picking the Seahawks.
No Herbie.
See, I like Herbert because I like the Oregon Ducks, so I like Herbert. But when it comes to the NFL, it's different. You're not a Duck. I mean, you're still your Duck, but you're a Charger now, and you're facing against my Seahawks. So
that's fucked up.
You gotta lose now. Gino's gotta beat you.
That's messed up. All right, Chiefs, 49ers. This one is gonna be a great game.
Should be a good game, hopefully.
I picked the Chiefs, so Juju went off last game.
He did.
He did really good.
He did.
I think he did really well. 49ers have a really good defense, though. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think their defense always keeps them in.
Yeah.
But that just leads to see how good the Chiefs' defense will turn out.
Yep.
So that has been, like, every year the past few years is how good can the Chiefs' defense be.
Yeah. Chiefs 49ers, I think, is kind of almost coming a little. I'm not saying like a rivalry, but it's kind of one of those things where you kind of expect them to play on now almost every year, just because it's usually always a good matchup.
Yeah.
But I picked the Chiefs too. Again, just because of Patrick Mahomes, he's just too good. And I don't think the Niners necessarily have enough to beat them. Their Kansas City offense is just too good.
Yeah.
And I still feel like the Niners are still kind of figuring things out. I think Ayuk though is starting to maybe be really a good, good player for them. But they're not getting Kittle involved, I don't think, enough. But yeah, I think Chiefs are better in this one too. So yeah, I'll do the next one's Dolphins Steelers. Your Steelers with that good win last week. That was a good win.
Yeah, it was. I think Tim needs the Pittsburgh fans.
Definitely ate my words in this one. I was definitely wrong.
You said they were going to lose by 2 touchdowns.
I did, and I gotta admit I was wrong. They came to play.
You got to admit that, yeah.
Yeah, and that was even without Minka Fitzpatrick, out T.J. Watt.
Kenny.
And, Kenny Pickett goes out with injury. Trubisky came and played decently and well enough to win.
He's only a good backup.
He really is, yeah. Coming into the game and, just those split moments, it's like, okay, I can do that. But the whole game is just like, no, you can't do it.
He's not a good starter, but a good backup.
No, so it's just you got to hope for this week. He's obviously Kenny Pickett's probably not going to be back. I haven't seen if he is or not. I don't know if he'll get cleared in time.
They said they're trying to clear him, and if he gets cleared, he'll play. If not,
that might change my pick then, because I did pick the Dolphins.
I've been looking on fantasy and injury reports every single day on that, so I'd probably keep up with that too.
Okay, yeah. For right now, I'm picking the Dolphins, just because there's no Kenny Pickett. If Kenny Pickett was playing, I think I'd switch it back to the Steelers.
He pushes their offense to a whole new level, man.
Yeah, he does. You can say they play completely different with him than they do with Trubisky. You can see the wider, the wide receivers want to play for him.
He takes more risks.
Yeah, well, I mean,
he doesn't care if he's going to throw an
I
interception.
mean, you guys had that little, argument with Deontay Johnson and Trubisky. You don't want that.
A lot of people said that he said called a bitch Trubisky. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny though.
Yeah. So if that's already happening with your wide receivers, you want Kenny Pickett back. So,
all right. Bears Patriots is the last game of the week.
The Monday nighter.
I picked the Bears.
Really?
I did, surprisingly.
You really picked Chicago.
Yeah.
Why? You just got a
I
feeling?
just don't know how I feel about Zappy. That's how I feel. I just don't know how I feel about Zappy or Zippy or
Zappy. I figured out Zappy.
Zappy,
because me and Lisa had the exact same talk when we were watching the game. We were like, is it Zap or Zappy? And then I heard him say Zappy. So I was like, okay, good. I now know it's Zappy. I think he's playing good.
Yeah. He's not playing. I saw that the Patriots put his uniform in the Hall of Fame. I don't know what for. I was kind of curious. It was on the Pat McAfee show, so I might have to check that out.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's well, all right. That's another, if he keeps playing well, he might take Mac Jones' spot. But I picked the Patriots just because they're playing really well. Ramondre Stevenson is a beast. I think he's really good. Maybe I'm just being a little biased since that's Lisa's favorite team.
I get it.
Even though I hate the Patriots because of Tom Brady, even though now he's gone, I still hate him because of Bill Belichick.
You like Mac Jones?
I don't mind Mac Jones. I like how awkward he is when he tries to do the little gritty dance, but I still think the Bears are good.
Yeah.
Justin Fields, I don't blame him at all. I think he doesn't have any help. He's out there trying to figure it out, on his own.
Yeah,
But I think
and
the
that
Patriots
touchdown was close last
Yeah,
week.
It was close.
Ooh, literally.
Yeah. I like Justin Fields. I think he's going to be a good quarterback. I just think he's in a bad position, bad place right now. And I hope that the Chicago Bears don't ruin his confidence because I think he's a great talent.
Yeah, I
terrible to go to waste.
That's how I feel about Baker Mayfield in a way, and why he chose the Panthers and why the Seahawks didn't make a move about it. Because I feel like, Geno's playing really well, and good for them. Good for him, too.
Yeah.
But, before anybody knew that Geno was going to play this well, I think everybody would have chose Baker over Geno.
There was a lot of people there's a lot of things I read that a lot of people wanted Baker.
And I feel like they might even would have. I feel like the Seahawks are utilizing Geno's talent. I feel like if they're doing that with Geno, they could have utilized with Baker. And it seems like they're probably utilizing Russell.
Yeah.
So, but back to the game. I have the really low scoring game. I have it to be 17-13.
Wow.
Chicago.
Wow.
I just think they just have a bounce back game after being inches away.
Okay.
I just think he's going to be frustrated and just want to prove everybody wrong. I think he's just kind of tired of losing, too.
Right. Well, he did say that. He's tired of losing. So I don't blame him because that's what's been obviously happening in his career so far is a lot of losing.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think the Patriots defense is good. And, Bill Belichick terrorizes young quarterbacks and confuses them like crazy. And they won pretty good last week, 29-0. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears don't score.
Yeah, for sure. I get it.
Yeah.
So, Tim, we have a lot of same picks this week.
Like usual. Yeah, we seem to.
Is there any picks you think you can make me switch out of? Talk me out of? That we have that are the same?
I think you should pick the Broncos, just because it's Broncos country. And it is home, too. I mean, and it's...
Broncos, okay. So that being said, what about the Falcons or the Colts?
No, don't pick. I think those ones... Those are kind of like a
I'm
for
giving
sure.
I'm giving you an option here.
No, I think that those are ones to me that are like kind of locks. Like if you were to pick that, it would either, if you were to either pick the Falcons or the Colts.
But you said they're good enough to almost win.
Yeah, but they're good enough to almost win. That's not good enough to win.
Who's Green Bay playing?
Green Bay's playing the Commanders.
Pick Commanders.
No, I'm not picking the Commanders. You want me to choose? Like the pick to change one of my picks?
And I'm going to change one of mine, too.
Oh, man. Okay, well, if I'm picking the Broncos, what are you picking for me then? If I tell you if you should change it to the Broncos.
Broncos. Texans.
No, I'm going to switch it to the Texans instead of the Raiders.
That's not a bad one.
You think that? Yeah.
It's either that one or the Colts, or Browns. I'll give you the Browns. That's the best pick out of all of them.
I don't know.
I'm not giving you the 49ers game because that might be a given. Because then I'm just going to choose 49ers.
Oh, fine. I'll pick. Shit, man. This is tough.
That's a close matchup, too. It's Denver Jets. That's a close one. Browns Ravens. That's a close one. Give it to me.
Fine, I'll pick the Browns.
Thank you. All right. I'll pick Broncos. That being said, that is it for episode 6. Thanks for watching this video, and thank you, SeatGeek, for sponsoring this video. Like and subscribe. Peace.